So we now will begin. Where would you rather be on a cold, frosty night here in Chicago than right here, right now? This is an exciting evening, and we have a lot of awards to give away. There's a lot of crystal on this table behind me. My name is Bill Mahler. I'm a host at WGN Radio. You can hear me Saturday afternoons noon to 3, Sunday afternoons 1 to 3. I'm also the president of Bill Mahler Communications, and I travel the country helping executives and sales teams do a better job leaving good, strong, solid, lasting impressions so that they win new business. I'd like to welcome you officially to now, it is the third annual Chicago CFO of the Year Awards. And I'm very proud to have been asked to participate in capacity of MC. We hope you enjoyed the reception. It was really terrific. I met a lot of interesting, good people. And now we want you to enjoy your dessert as we give away some of this crystal. Tonight we are recognizing a number of people, exceptional performances of Chicago's financial professionals in their roles as corporate stewards, both in the success of their companies, which obviously drive our economy, but also in their roles in our community directly. We are in fact honoring 30 CFOs tonight who have made that level of outstanding contribution to our business community. And they are out there now among you, perhaps at your table. I don't think they even know who they are yet. All 30 of our finalists have earned a part of something that can never be diminished. But of that 30, there are 6 who will additionally take home lasting recognition as the real champions in this Chicago CFO of the Year program. What these awards do is to distinguish exemplary financial management in all types of organization, and we will present the award in 6 categories, 2 each in public, private, and in non-profit. Our host for this organization is the Financial Executives International Chicago chapter of FEI, as many of you know it. There is an awful lot of work. I mean, as is typical with events of this size and magnitude, the moment the show is over, the planning committee immediately gets to work and starts thinking about the next year. And I've been involved just in the last month or so, and I've been to meetings, and I can see how hard they work to pull this thing off tonight. So a lot of work goes on behind the scenes in putting on a gala like this. FEI has been extremely fortunate to have a dedicated, talented event chair in this event, and boy, he's been a great leader. He has been a CFO himself, and it's so my pleasure to introduce the Chicago CFO of the Year event chair, Gary Parks.
Thank you, Bill. Before I begin, I would like to thank Mary Jo Ardizzone for laying the groundwork as the inaugural chair of this fine event. She put great processes in place, and I thank you. It's great to see everybody here, such a great turnout. The reaction to this awards event from our business community has been remarkable. We are now in year 3 and could not be more excited about this event. It is so important to recognize the outstanding contributions made by our financial leaders. Tonight's finalists have excelled at their profession with quality, insight, and direction. As Bill mentioned, tonight we honor 30 CFOs who have made an outstanding contribution to our business community. I'm so pleased that we have such exceptional finalists. I'm sure it was not easy to pick a winner in each category, and I congratulate all our finalists on their accomplishments. I'd like to take a moment to introduce 2 past Chicago CFO of the Year Award winners with us tonight, if they would please stand. Joining us are Andrea Tarbach, CFO of Capstone Paper and Packaging Corporation, and Christy Paskvan, CFO of Mesereau Financial. In addition, we welcome some past finalists in our audience, if they would please stand. Thank you. I serve on the board of directors for the Financial Executives International Chicago chapter, the host organization of this event. FEI is the driving force behind these awards, and I'd like to introduce our Chicago chapter president, Janine McGreal. Janine?
Good evening, everyone. What an exciting night. The FEI Chicago chapter is so pleased to host the third annual Chicago CFO of the Year Awards. We were thrilled with the tremendous success of this program and are proud to continue to host an event celebrating our area's top financial executives. FEI is a unique forum for financial executives to network and share best practice, engage in knowledge building, attend conferences and seminars, and be aligned with a culture that fosters ethical leadership. We have 600 chapter members in Chicago and over 15,000 members nationally. I joined FEI in 2004 and believe it has been one of the best investments I've made in my career. I encourage you to consider membership to be able to fully engage with our chapter and enjoy the benefits of being part of such a wonderful organization. There are a few people I would like to thank. First and foremost, I would like to thank Gary for his countless volunteer hours on behalf of this event. You have done a wonderful job and made our chapter very proud. Gary. I would like to recognize Richard Steele. He's out there somewhere. He's a past president of FEI, one of my mentors, and he initiated the idea of a Chicago Award, and I am grateful. I'd also like to thank Mary Jo Artizzoni, specifically, our past chair, who nurtured this event the last 2 years with such a great passion. Thank you, Mary Jo. Thanks also goes out to our host committee, whose names are listed in your program guide for their hard work and dedication. And I want to take a special moment to thank Susan Gidley and Gidley Management Group for their detailed administration in the planning of this beautiful evening. Finally, I am so excited to announce the launch of our Twitter handle at FEI Chicago. With so many of you accessing a mobile device throughout the day, we wanted to ensure FEI's Chicago happenings were just as easy to access. Our official kickoff is tonight. We will be live tweeting and updating content from the event. During the evening, please follow us and make a tweet, hashtag CFO of the Year and hashtag CFO Chicago. Thank you.
Thank you, Janine. It's difficult to compare the financial performance of companies in vastly different industries. How do you separate CFO results from the financial performance of the company? When you talk about an outstanding CFO, do we mean just financial performance? Or do we include the harder to measure yardsticks of leadership, ethics, community involvement, and integrity? These are just some of the issues the judges considered when selecting the best of the best for Chicago CFO of the Year. Our selection committee for these awards is an independent group from local business and academia, and they are first rate. They contribute the judgment, enthusiasm, and wisdom that makes them exceptional in their leadership roles. Their collective contribution is critical to the success of this event, and we owe them a huge thank you. We wanted a judging panel that represented the perspectives of people who understand the CFO role from various vantage points. We wanted and secured a respected retired CFO, a noteworthy academic from a school known for its financial expertise, and a seasoned chairman of the board. And we wanted all of our judges to have the experience of serving on corporate boards and observing CFOs from this perspective. We are extremely proud of our judging panel for these awards. Our thanks to our non-voting judging chair, Cheryl Francis, co-founder and co-chairman of the Corporate Leadership Center, a partnership between major corporations and academic institutions, which advances top corporate leaders and leadership practices. We also thank John Edwardson, who joined CDW as president and CEO and went on to become chairman and CEO, a role he held through September 2011. He continued as chairman of CDW through December 2012. Prior to his retirement in 2007, Bill Cernugal was responsible for the worldwide financial operations of Alberto Culver Company, a New York Stock Exchange-listed global manufacturer and marketer of personal care and household products. Bill, we thank you for your service. Abby Smith is the Boris and Irene Stern Distinguished Service Professor of Accounting at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. She received the McKinsey Award for Excellence in Teaching in 1990. Our sincere thanks to Abby. Bill and Abby are with us tonight, and I'd like to ask them to stand. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you very, very much. We thank our distinguished judging panel for their time, efforts, and wisdom on behalf of the Chicago CFO of the Year Awards.
As for the Twitter account, young Mr. Erickson, have you sent your first tweet yet? What was your first tweet? So you're part of history, Janine. And he's taking pictures tonight, too, which will also be streamed, so stay tuned. Well, now we have some crystal to give away. This process has sort of an assembly line approach that we're taking, and we have some strict rules we want you to follow. One of which is, when I call your name as a finalist, please come quickly to the stage, and to that side, Janine will welcome you and position you. And then I'd like everybody else, and I don't want to have to repeat this each time, let's hold the applause until all the finalists are here and they're taking pictures. Clear? All right, you people can follow directions really well. Well, let's now begin with the first category. These are the finalists for the mid-size private company group. And they are Gary Gardner from SG360, Patrick Jones from Addison Group. Gary and Patrick should be on their way quickly to the stage at this time. Patrick Schellinger with Selig Group. Hold that applause, please. Norman Smagley with GoGo Incorporated. Very good. And Charles Talbot with Potbelly Sandwich Works. Congratulations to now all of our mid-sized private company finalists. It's exciting. It feels good, doesn't it? Yeah. Did you know you were finalists before? Yeah, all of you? Did you know that? Is this a surprise that you're finalists? Yes? Good. It makes it exciting that way. I had some people at my table were saying, who are the winners? Can you tell me? We didn't even know who the finalists were. And there they go. And now, to announce the winner of the mid-sized private company category, let's welcome Donna Smith from Associated Bank. Now we can clap. Let me tell you a little bit about Associated Bank. It has its roots in Chicago for more than 25 years now. It's dedicated to providing its customers and communities with solutions to help them achieve their business and financial goals. Associated Bank is a $24 billion financial institution, and they provide commercial and real estate lending, treasury management, capital markets, insurance, private banking, and wealth management services. Donna, by the way, is the executive vice president. She's head of their commercial banking for Associated Bank. Donna.
Thank you. You know, this is so exciting, and what an amazing event in Chicago. At Associated Bank, we are so proud to be the sponsor of the Chicago CFO of the Year Awards, and we salute all of our finalists tonight. Amazing accomplishments. I have the envelope and the privilege of announcing the winner of the mid-size private company Chicago CFO of the Year Award recipient. And trust me, I know nothing until I open this.
It's been audited by, we assume, the proper authorities. Yeah.
Just a few comments on our recipient.
She knows how to hold suspense. Okay.
This CFO has overseen significant growth in their company's financial position, both in terms of revenue and EBITDA. We like that as bankers. They effectively managed expenses and healthcare costs with limited employee turnover, while at the same time shrinking the size of their financial staff efficiency and increasing the quality of their products. This CFO stayed through the transition of their CEO and was recognized for getting the right information to the right people throughout the entire process. The winner of the mid-size private company Chicago CFO of the Year award is Patrick Jones of the Addison Group. Come on up, Patrick.
Well, that was exciting. Very good. Yeah. You didn't even know you were a finalist. You certainly didn't know you were the winner. So, big night for Patrick.
Well, thank you. Definitely an unexpected surprise. It was funny, I was talking to my wife this morning, and she asked me if I was going to win. And being conservative nature, I was like, oh, I doubt it. But it made me reflect on an experience I had back in the 11th grade. And it really shows how far I've kind of come. So I had a sociology teacher, and he asked us to write a paper of where we'd be when we're 40. And having recently turned 40, became relevant. And, there were three things I remember from the paper. One, I said I wanted to be an accountant. Kind of pathetic that I knew that back then. Two, I said I'm going to be driving a Saab. That might be even more pathetic. And three, that I'd be making $80,000 per year. Well, the teacher then proceeds to use my paper as an example of somebody who has way too high of expectations and that's only setting myself up for a disappointment when I was older. You have to love public education. But this award is a reflection of the dedication and hard work of my team. They're the reason why I'm up here today. I've been blessed with a team that is very committed to making our finance department the best. Ed Bala, who's our corporate controller, and Matt Tolson, who's a manager of finance, have been with me since I started back in 2006. We were the three-member finance department team when the company was $20 million in revenues. Due to your efforts, you are the reason why we report such high-quality earnings. I'd like to thank you to Kimberly Armstrong, who's my manager of financial planning and analysis. You are the analytical brains behind me and make me look good in front of my CEO and the board of directors every day. Thank you to Sherry Benton, who leads the HR efforts. You keep me out of trouble and ensure our company is in compliance with the many laws and regulations. I'd like to also thank you to Martha Kelly-Sams, who's our director of marketing. Due to your great adjectives and descriptives in my bio, it's probably the reason why I'm up here today. But thanks for all you do promoting our company. There are the other 13 members I can't thank individually, but they're truly the reason why I'm standing in front of you today. You've all grown with me while our company has grown, and I sincerely appreciate all your efforts. It is important for me to thank Tom Moran, who is the CEO of Addison Group. You allow me to have a significant voice in the strategic decisions of the company, and I think I speak for all CFOs in the room, is that this is all we ask for. You're constantly challenging the status quo and pushing me outside my comfort zone to continue to drive the company's superior performance. Thank you for being such a great mentor and advocate for me. I'd like to thank my wife, Amy. We met back in public accounting while working for KPMG. I'd like to remind her that I was the boss of her during an audit engagement. She likes to remind me that she's been the boss ever since the day we got married. But she's my balance and sanity check on big decisions and provides me an outlet when I need it. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here because her employer, McDonald's, keeps her traveling around the world, but she's a big part of this award. Lastly, I'd like to thank my children, Parker, who is 4, and Kate, who is 2. They keep my life in perspective for me. The days I am worrying too much about EBITDA and DSOs, they always provide laughs and giggles, especially when they make Dad participate in dance party night. And trust me, if the judges saw a video of that, I would not be standing here in front of you. But thank you again to FEI. Very humbled to receive this award.
Where are you going to put it, Patrick? Where are you going to put that? You have an idea yet?
Yeah, my son's room. He's really going to.
He's going to put it in his son's room. Well, he was pretty funny. If the winners are that funny in the future, I can put away my accounting jokes. Great. Next is the large private company category. You know the rules. We'll be testing you. I won't say them, but if you break those rules, I will be saying them with every category going forward. Here now are the finalists for large private company. They are Kenneth Avner from Healthcare Services Corporation, otherwise known as, who knows? Blue Cross. Dan Decanier at A.T. Kearney Incorporated, and Joel Thomason from Pepper Construction Group. This is the pause that we try to avoid in these kinds of events, where I would otherwise be telling accountant jokes, but good job. I don't know. I guess you could stand there. Yeah. Here we go. And now to announce the winner of the mid-sized private company category, let's welcome, no, that was Donna Smith of Associated Bank. We had her before. To announce the winner of the large private company category, we will welcome Ann Goretti. She is with Aon. Ann? As many of you know, Aon is a leading global provider of risk management, insurance and reinsurance brokerage, human resources solutions, and outsourcing services. Aon unites to empower results for clients in more than 120 countries via innovative, effective risk, people solutions, and through industry-leading global resources and technical expertise. Aon has been named, by the way, as the world's best broker, best insurance intermediary, reinsurance intermediary, captives manager, and best employee benefits consulting firm by a multitude of industry sources. Ann is managing director for Aon Risk Solutions in Chicago. Ann.
Thank you, Bill. On behalf of Aon, I also want to applaud all of the finalists for this prestigious award, and thank FEI for inviting us to be a prestigious sponsor in this wonderful event. Having seen this event start from not existing 3 years ago to what it is today is really quite remarkable. So my congratulations to all of the nominees and all of the finalists. So with that, I am pleased to announce the winner for the 2013 Chicago CFO of the Year Award given by FEI for the category of large private. This CFO manages a huge and complex organization. They have made several acquisitions and turned around several businesses. Their CEO commented on their strong leadership and vision and the breadth and importance of the CFO's oversight. A very interesting fact, particularly to me coming from the risk and insurance industry about this CFO, is that he started his career as an actuary in the role of a broad strategic CFO. The winner of the large private company Chicago CFO of the Year Award is Kenneth Avner, Healthcare Services Corporation.
Well, the first note is I'd like to get Patrick Jones, speechwriter.
You're not going to be funny?
Well, not intentionally, but so the second thing is to thank everybody for the recognition. But every CFO is recognized simply by the position as a leader and skill and the insight that they bring to the job. I also want to say that I've been blessed with my family. My wife, Wendy, is here. One of my children, Howard, is here. And there's nothing that I could do, and there's nothing that I can do if I don't have their support. So I want to say that certainly I've been blessed by that. But I've been especially blessed by a tremendous set of colleagues through my entire career, which is 27 years at Blue Cross. It's all about them. It's all about the team that we build together. Some of them have been with me for more than 20 years, and it's only because we have been together for that long that we are able to deal with the problems that we have to deal with. As you've been paying attention to the news, it's been an interesting day. It's been an interesting year. It will be an interesting decade. A specific thank you to Colleen Rattan, who's here tonight. She saw the potential that taking an actuary from the organization, who, by the way, he was very happily being chief actuary of this organization, and saw the potential that she could unleash by making him the CFO of the organization. Maybe she also saw that the challenges that would be faced by chief actuaries of large insurance companies would be better served by Janice Knight, who's also here, the current chief actuary. So thanks for that. And finally, the people who support me, the ones like Jim Walsh, who is here today, the chief accounting officer, who has had to deal with somebody who did not necessarily think he'd ever have to deal with accounting problems, and has been very patient in explaining to me the intricacies of the accounting rules sometimes, which I have reminded him make absolutely no sense to a business person. But they are the accounting rules, and we comply with them. And finally, I'd like to thank my predecessors for the whole history of the organization, the years that they spent building an organization that allowed me to try to lead my part of the organization to fulfill the mission that we feel is the essential part of Blue Cross and other mission-driven organizations. So thank you again.
You were pretty funny. Your gag writer was pretty good. Nice work. Next category is mid-sized not-for-profit category, and the mid-sized not-for-profit finalists are, and this is our largest group, 7, so walk briskly. Alex Denja from National Equity Fund Incorporated. Beth Sachs, the Global Food Banking Network. Ann Sims is with American Planning Association. Mary Ellen Skurick is International Association of Lions Clubs / Lions Clubs International Foundation. Don Tusick is with Greater Chicago Food Depository. Susan Wallace is with the Erickson Institute, and Deborah Wenzel is with Property Casualty Insurers Association of America. So often in the not-for-profit world, the recognition isn't what it should be, so it's great that FEI has this category and 2 categories in not-for-profit. So here they are, your Midwest not-for-profit finalists. Let's give them an applause. And to announce the winner of the mid-sized not-for-profit category, let's welcome Chris Carney of Tatum. Tatum is a national professional services firm that leverages the skills of their highly experienced financial and technology experts to address clients' needs through 3 service offerings: interim executives, such as CFOs, controllers, and CIOs, project services in accounting and IT, and executive search services in accounting and IT. Tatum's central region here is based right here in Chicago. The region is having its 5th straight record year in 2013. And didn't you tell me, Chris, that it's doing better than the home office in Atlanta?
Yes, big time.
Wow. Yeah. Chris Carney, by the way, is the managing partner for Tatum's Central Region. Okay, Chris.
Thank you, Bill. I've tweeted all this in case you're following along. Very special kudos to the FEI, Janine McGreal, Susan Gidley, Gary Parks, and the awards committee for planning and executing another terrific event tonight. Tatum is proud to sponsor the CFO of the Year awards this year, as we have for each of the awards 3 years. This award show is special and it's unique. The CPA at award shows normally plays a much different role. On stage at the Oscars and at the Emmys, the CPA is usually that bald, kind of dorky guy. Unlike tonight, that takes the stage for about 10 seconds for one reason, purely to let Billy Crystal know that the votes were counted correctly. Billy Crystal makes a few stereotypical jokes about the CPA, and the CPA is immediately escorted out of the building.
Is this where I'm supposed to read the CPA jokes right now? I could play the Billy Crystal role if you'd like. Nah, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is different. Tonight, one bald, kind of dorky guy actually gets to announce 2 award recipients, and it's a pleasure to start with the mid-sized non-for-profit award. This CFO significantly exhibited strategic vision through the breadth of their role, improving operations with other departments, and increasing the effectiveness of their inventory management. They have a strong focus on customer service, and they also received a high level of their CEO's endorsement. The winner of the mid-sized non-for-profit organization Chicago CFO of the Year award is Don Tusek, Greater Chicago Food Depository.
That's right, Don. Take your time. Bathe in the worshipful accolades of the crowd.
Thank you. Those other guys had to be funny, right? Well, thank you very much for this honor. I obviously couldn't be here without a lot of good things going on around me, and probably the most important thing is being part of a really fantastic organization. Most people are familiar with the Greater Chicago Food Depository and what we do, delivering food in Cook County. Last year it was 66 million pounds of food. And I think there are about 860,000 food insecure people in the area in Cook County, and we try to take care of them. So it's really great to be part of that. It's a cause everybody can relate to. It's we believe nobody should be hungry, and it's very easy to understand, and a lot of people get behind us. And we're really appreciative of that. We have a great board of directors. They're very engaged, very supportive. Pat Mulhern, our board chair, Pete Mulvey, our vice chair and audit committee chair, and Peter Johnson, our finance committee chair, are extremely supportive and great people to work for. We also have fantastic leadership at the organization. Kate Mayer, our chief executive officer. I hope you've had the chance to see Kate speak around the Chicago area, either on some of the morning TV shows that she might have a chance to get on. She's extremely tireless and just a fantastic advocate and spokesman for what we do. And she's just a great vision for the organization. She keeps everybody motivated, which is always very, very fun to work for. Our Chief Operating Officer, Caroline Howe, she is always encouraging us to be better today than we were yesterday. She has been incredibly supportive, and thank you for nominating me for this award. So I truly do appreciate that and all the support over the last 3 years. I get to work with fun and motivated people. They're smart, they're engaged. Stephen McCullough, Jerry McGuire, Jill Zimmerman, Bob Dolgan, they're just really fantastic people. We have well, I guess every CFO in this room understands that you couldn't be up here without having a really good controller, and we have the very best in Dan Elpe, and I really appreciate Dan's efforts. You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my wife, Nancy. She keeps me balanced and, you know, really makes this all worthwhile for me, so I truly appreciate having her with me. I also like to say special thanks to my friends at the CFO Leadership Group. They've been a great support for me, and actually kind of how I ended up with this job. So I truly appreciate all of their friendship and support over the years. So on behalf of everybody there, everybody I mentioned, thank you very much.
Congratulations. I did a news story when it was Michael Mulqueen, the general. Was he the guy who ran the place a few years ago? Before they moved to their new facility. It's an amazing operation. And by the way, they invite corporate staff to come out there to participate, like team building. You feel good actually doing something of great value and substance and helping people. Wonderful opportunity for companies to take advantage of the Chicago Food Depository. All right, now let's move on to the large not-for-profit category. Here are the finalists. Edward Case from the Rehabilitation Institute of Chicago. William Laird from Loyola University, Chicago. Oh, now you've forgotten. Hold that in abeyance, please. James Miller from the YMCA of the USA. Richard Oldshoe from Metropolitan Pier and Exposition Authority. And finally, Paul Schulte from the American Dental Association. All of them should be trotting forth now. All right, maybe they're languorously, casually making their way forward. Here they are, your large not-for-profit finalists. And to announce the winner of the large not-for-profit category, again, we welcome back Chris Carney of Tatum. The tall and handsome.
Thanks again, Bill. Large not-for-profit organization. Tom Hanks, Apollo 13. And that's why you don't let dorky CPAs give out awards at award ceremonies. This CFO received rave reviews from their CEO and also had a broad role in their organization and was instrumental in reshaping the board of directors. Together with a strong passion for their job and the organization, this CFO clearly focuses on their customers. This CFO has addressed key pricing issues for the organization, which has significantly stabilized its financial position. Most recently, this CFO has prepared the organization for healthcare reform. The winner of the large not-for-profit organization Chicago CFO of the Year Award is Ed Case, Rehabilitation Institute of Chicago.
You brought your family, it sounds like.
Thank you. Thanks to the FEI for sponsoring this event and giving CFOs recognition. You don't know how much I had to pay those people back there to show up tonight. And that I don't know where they got all that energy because they didn't have it earlier today. It might be the open bar, but it's very interesting to be on the other side of healthcare from Ken, and if he thinks that accounting's kind of crazy, he ought to see how we talk about actuarial rules. CFOs have a unique position in an organization. We have to maintain the trust of the board. We have to work closely across the organization. We have to be able to interface effectively in any number of different ways. We're fortunate at the Rehabilitation Institute of Chicago to have a very supportive board, and we're also fortunate to have a wonderful team to work with. I've had the chance over the years to work at a variety of different places, and I can tell you that the team sitting at table 32, beyond being obnoxious at times, in terms of their pleasure that I'm up here, is also one of the best teams functioning in healthcare today. And as we all know, that's what makes our jobs easier. That's what allows our organizations to be successful. As we look at both up the organization and working closely as a senior team, as well as working well within the organization, the successful CFO is able to balance across that. And whether it's the most important person in the organization, I've always said, is the person who presses the button to run payroll every 2 weeks, or it's the board that we have to contend with, it's an important balance that we have to maintain. I'm only going to thank one person tonight, Joanne Smith, our CEO, for nominating me. She knows how much I enjoy being in the spotlight, and she was laughing so hard when she told me she nominated me that I told her just payback is really, really going to be enjoyable. So thank you for recognition for the CFOs. Thanks to Table 32 for making this possible, and I will certainly cherish the award. Thank you.
And now the finalists. We're moving on to our last category is public companies, and we have two within that. This is the finalists for the mid-sized public companies. Mid-sized public company finalists are James Brace with Wells Gardner, Timothy Cunningham from Schwalk Incorporated, William Johnson with Cabot Microelectronics, Lisa Karras with Lifeline Scientific Incorporated, and Ronald Knutson from Lawson Products. They all seem so friendly. And yet within they're harboring the desire to be the winner. Which one will it be? And there they go. All right, well, let's find out which one is the winner. To announce the winner of the mid-sized public company category, let's welcome Brent Schneider from Oracle. Maybe you didn't know, but Oracle is also a sponsor of FEI Chicago chapter. It's well known in the finance community, thanks to the 6,000 plus finance organizations that trust Hyperion to help manage their financial operations. Its customers range from growing mid-sized firms to global organizations, including all of the companies listed in the Fortune 100. Brent, by the way, is the Central Regional Manager for Oracle Applications. Brett?
Thank you, Bill. You seem very knowledgeable about Oracle. I'm impressed.
Just reading the words. I've never worked with Hyperion. I've heard great things, though.
You fake it well. It's the rumor around town. It's a good product. Congratulations, Gary, Janine, for pulling together another great event. Susan Gidley for making this happen. FEI for putting a third-year event together. Oracle has been a proud founding sponsor of this event. We believe in it. We're a member of FEI across the country, and we're really glad to be at this prestigious event and be up on stage to present. Some of you may know, Bill, that our CEO happens to be a bit of a sailor.
Let me take notes on
Okay.
that. Okay.
So I want to make a quick sailing analogy. In many ways, the accomplishments of tonight's finalists remind me of the America's Cup. I'm not sure if you guys were familiar with this historic comeback, but the Team USA came back from being down 8-1 to the Australians. And at that point, myself and probably most people that had watched the race thought it was a difficult, daunting, and probably an impossible task to come back from that difficult spot.
Almost as challenging as if the Cubs would win the World Series one year.
Right. It would be a 100-year affair.
Yeah.
So similarly, our finalists, the way I look at it from the experience I've had getting to know a few of you during the interviews and such over the past few years, you all have difficult, daunting, and nearly impossible tasks that are asked of you daily by your chairman of the board, your CEO, your board of directors, your internal constituents, your shareholders. It is amazing the things you do, and we're proud to be up here to acknowledge those things that you've been able to accomplish. So tonight, I have the pleasure of presenting the Mid-Size Public Company Chicagoland CFO of the Year Award. So without further ado, this CFO has driven consistently strong financial performance in a very demanding industry. The breadth of their role is impressive, including not only the more traditional functions, but IT, HR, and sales as well. While maintaining a strong tone at the top, this CFO treats employees as a critical constituent group. The winner of the Mid-Size Public, it's written something else, so I just stumble on that. The winner of the Mid-Size Public Company Award is William Johnson, Cabot Microelectronics.
Feel good? You pumped?
Bill, for the record, this envelope said you are the winner of the not-for-profit organization. So are you not-for-profit? I may have the wrong award here.
Don't tell the shareholders.
So I'm here with my lovely bride, Suzanne, and my youngest son, Ross, and I'm really gratified that I made the announcement, and then my son was so surprised. So glad I could impress you, Ross. Actually, I was just happy to be invited here tonight, but actually, of course, delighted to receive the recognition. First, congratulations to the other finalists on the success in each of your careers that brought you here tonight, and thanks to the, of course, to the selection committee for the distinction. I'm honored. Timing is everything in life.
Cabot Microelectronics is the leader in supplying highly specialized and highly engineered chemical formulation products to the semiconductor industry. During 13 years as a public company, we have invested in organic growth in the U.S. and mainly in the Asia-Pacific area where our customers are. We've made several acquisitions. We repurchased a significant amount of our stock, and still the company generated cash far in excess of our operational needs. Excess cash is a great thing for a CFO. So in 2012, our board of directors approved a leverage recapitalization, and we paid a special cash dividend to our shareholders equal to 30% of the market capitalization of the company at the time. This was a bold and very shareholder-friendly action to take, and it underscored the confidence of the company in our ability to grow and continue to generate cash. I was lucky enough to be sitting in the CFO spot during this time. Our leverage recapitalization was one of the 2 or 3 accomplishments in my career that I'm most proud of, and I'm sure this recognition is largely on the strength of that transaction. So timing is everything. Thanks to Bill Noglos, our CEO, who nominated me for the award. Bill's the type of CEO that every CFO in the room wants to work for. He lets me do a lot of the fun stuff. Also, thanks to Tom Roman, our controller, and the rest of my finance team who make my job easy. I'm honored. Thank you very much.
All right, this is it, our final category in the awards tonight, large public companies. And the finalists are Thomas Fryman from Abbott's, David Johnson from Molex Incorporated, Craig Mensa with CNA, Terry Pizzuto from Hub Group Incorporated, and Scott Stevens from A.M. Castle and Company. I did a news story on A.M. Castle once, and they have this plasma metal cutter. I'm going to ask Scott if that's still out there. You can't look directly at it, but metal about that thick, it would cut right through it. Scott, is that still there, the plasma cutter? We do, yes. That's very impressive. Well, anyway, here they are, large public company finalists. Good luck, all. To announce the winner in the large public company category, let's welcome Steve Hadukovich from KPMG. As if you didn't know, KPMG is one of tonight's event sponsors. It's also an FEI Chicago Chapter Platinum sponsor. For more than 100 years, KPMG in Chicago has provided audit, tax, and advisory services to local companies, big and small. Steve is a partner and is the practice leader for the consumer and industrial line of businesses in KPMG's Chicago office. Steve?
Thank you, Bill. And good evening, everyone. KPMG is a proud sponsor of FEI, both nationally and particularly here in Chicago. And we're fortunate enough to be involved with the CFO of the Year Award since its inception. I must tell you, from a professional standpoint, being involved with FEI has been really rewarding. It's a great organization, and I really encourage everyone to learn more about it if you're not already members. Also would like to thank everybody within FEI, Susan Gidley in particular, who does a tremendous job. Understanding that it is I between you and cocktails, we'll get right to it. This CFO has been with the company for several years and has significantly grown shareholder wealth during their tenure. They lead a large, complex, and global organization and have made many strategic acquisitions. The CFO was instrumental in the split of the company into two, with both sides becoming very successful and increasing shareholder value at the same time. The winner of the large public company Chicago CFO of the Year Award is Tom Fryman, Abbott.
Well, thank you very much, Steve. This actually feels better than I thought it would, so thanks so much. Thank you very much, FEI, for this really great honor. It's a wonderful organization and really impressive event, and this is a great thing really for the financial community and for CFO community in particular. I would like to congratulate the other nominees for their accomplishments. Obviously have done tremendous jobs within their companies and contributed in a major way to their success, so congratulations on that. You know, I've had the great opportunity during my time to work for one of the best CEOs around, Miles White. He's been at the helm 15 years, and I've been at his side for 13 of those years. And he was a true visionary as he looked forward and he saw the changes coming in healthcare, and he looked at our company. He knew he had to change a lot of things, and he's truly transformed our company during the last 15 years. And I've been extremely fortunate to be in the middle of that and to have a number of professional experiences in that process that I never could have imagined doing during my career. So I thank Miles for giving me this opportunity, for nominating me, and for doing all the great things for our company during that period. I also need to thank my colleagues in particular. I sometimes think of a CFO as someone who's not very good at anything in particular. And the key to the success of a CFO is to surround himself with truly outstanding professionals that can do all the functional areas extremely well and keep us ahead of the game in all those tough areas. So thanks so much to my colleagues. A number of them are here tonight. I really couldn't be here without your work. I'm very, very proud of what our company does. We do good things for people. During my career, I know we've saved a lot of lives, and certainly we've improved the health of a lot of people. And that's a wonderful thing, and it's a great thing to come in every morning and know that you work for an organization that does those kinds of things. And probably most importantly, through my entire career, and it's almost 35 years at Abbott, my wife Annette, who's here tonight, has been by my side and has supported me every step of the way, never questioned what I've done, and has certainly held down the home front while I've been very, very busy with the things we do at Abbott. So thanks so much, Annette. Thank you, everyone, and thanks so much for this award.
That concludes our Chicago CFO of the Year Awards presentation. We hope you enjoyed the evening. Congratulations to all our finalists and winners. Thank you to our MC, Bill Moeller, our selection committee, and to our event sponsors, Aon, Associated Bank, KPMG, Oracle, and Tatum. We also thank our in-kind sponsors, Cranes Chicago Business and R.R. Donnelly. I want to thank the host committee team. I could not have done this without them. We look forward to seeing you again next year when we recognize our next class of distinguished fiscal leaders. We have some beautiful centerpieces on the table. Please feel free to take them home. I want to remind you that the coat check is down on the 5th floor. Please feel free to join us in some celebratory drinks in the back there. And I think if somebody really rushes, they can make the 8:30 or 8:35. Thank you.